Hi everyone, I'm Puan Norhidayah and today we're going to continue with our lesson. The learning objectives for today are to read and understand the text of a day in the life of a figure skater and a chess player, and to answer the questions with yes, she or he does, or no, she or he doesn't. So the vocabulary for today are, first one is ice skating rink, ice skating, play chess, football, and play badminton. So let's read together the text of a day in the life of a figure skater. Megan, 9. Megan usually goes to the ice skating rink at 6:30 in the morning. She goes to school at 7:45. After school, she does her homework. Megan sometimes watches TV after dinner. She always goes to bed at 8 o'clock at night. Before I ask you questions based on the text, let's see how can you answer the question which starts with does he or she? Yes, you may answer it as yes or no. If it is a yes, you can answer it as yes, he or she does. If it is a no, you can answer it as no, he or she doesn't. So let's look at the first question. Does Megan go to school at 20 to 8? Does Megan go to school at 20 to 8? Let's look at the text. She goes to school at 7:45. She goes to school at 7:45. So, does Megan go to school at 20 to 8? No, she doesn't. She goes to school at 7:45, not at 20 to 8. Let's move on to the next question. Does Megan usually skate in the morning? Does Megan usually skate in the morning? Megan usually goes to the ice skating rink at 6:30 in the morning. Means here that she skates in the morning, right? So let's look at the answer. Yes, she does. Megan usually skates in the morning. It is at 6:30 in the morning. Let's move on for the next question. Does Megan do her homework after school? Does Megan do her homework after school? Let's look at the text. After school, she does her homework. After school, she does her homework. So the answer is yes, Megan does her homework after school. Yes, she does. Now let's read together about a day in the life of a chess player. Pablo, 10. Pablo goes to school at 8:15. After school, Pablo doesn't go home. He always goes to the chess club and plays chess. He usually goes home at 6 o'clock in the evening. After he does his homework, Pablo has dinner. He sometimes plays chess on his computer. Pablo usually goes to bed at 9 o'clock. So again, I would like to remind you on how to answer this kind of question. Does he or she? So if you happen to see this kind of question, you may answer it as yes or no. If it is a yes, yes, he or she does. If it is a no, no, he or she doesn't. So let's look at the first question. Does Pablo go to school at 8:15? Does Pablo go to school at 8:15? Pablo goes to school at 8:15. And therefore, the answer is yes, he does. Yes, he does. He does go to the school at 8:15. Next question. Does Pablo always go home after school? Does Pablo always go home after school? Let's look at the text. After school, Pablo doesn't go home. Means here that no, he doesn't go home after school. He always goes to the chess club and plays chess. Question number 3. Does Pablo watch TV after dinner? Does Pablo watch TV after dinner? Look at the text and let's find the answer. He sometimes plays chess on his computer. Means here that no, he doesn't. He doesn't watch TV after dinner, but yet he sometimes plays chess on his computer. Now that all of you have understand how to answer a does he or she questions, I will ask you WH questions based on the text you have read. So the WH questions that we will find in the next questions are when and what. When is in bahasa Melayu, bilakah? What dalam bahasa Melayu, apakah? So let's look at the first question. When does Megan usually go to the ice skating rink? When does Megan usually go to the ice skating rink? Bilakah Megan selalunya pergi ke ice skating rink? Let's look at the text and find the answer together. Megan usually goes to the ice skating rink at 6:30 in the morning. Megan usually goes to the ice skating rink at 6:30 in the morning. Question number 2. When does she go to school? Bilakah dia pergi ke sekolah? She goes to school at 7:45. She goes to school at 7:45. Number 3. What does she do after school? What does she do after school? Apakah yang dia buat selepas pergi ke sekolah? After school, she does her homework. After school, she does her homework. Question number 4. What does Megan do after dinner? What does Megan do after dinner? Apakah yang Megan buat selepas makan malam? Megan sometimes watches TV after dinner. Megan sometimes watches TV after dinner. Next question. What does she do at 8 o'clock at night? What does she do at 8 o'clock at night? Apakah yang Megan buat pada pukul 8 malam? She always goes to bed at 8 o'clock at night. She always goes to bed at 8 o'clock at night. Very good, everyone. So now we're going to do some questions about Pablo. The first question is, when does Pablo go to school? When does Pablo go to school? Bilakah Pablo pergi ke sekolah? Pablo goes to school at 8:15. Pablo goes to school at 8:15. Question number 2. What does Pablo do after school? What does Pablo do after school? Apakah yang Pablo buat selepas ke sekolah? Apakah yang Pablo buat selepas ke sekolah? He always goes to the chess club and plays chess. He always goes to the chess club and plays chess. Question number 3. When does he usually go home? When does he usually go home? Bilakah dia selalu pulang ke rumah? He usually goes home at 6 o'clock in the evening. He usually goes home at 6 o'clock in the evening. Question number 4. When does Pablo have dinner? When does Pablo have dinner? Bilakah Pablo makan malam? After he does his homework, Pablo has dinner. After he does his homework, Pablo has dinner. Question number 5. When does Pablo usually go to bed? When does Pablo usually go to bed? Bilakah Pablo selalunya tidur? Bilakah selalu Pablo tidur? Pablo usually goes to bed at 9 o'clock. Pablo usually goes to bed at 9 o'clock. That's all for me today. I hope that everyone can answer well. And if you have any questions, you can always WhatsApp me or give me a call. Thank you. Bye.